Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic Guy. Remember it so you don't have to. And welcome to another edition of Old vs. New. It's the fairy tale that teaches kids all around the world that doesn't matter what you look like or where you come from, as long as you work hard and have a kind heart, you too can get a makeover. Cinderella is a tale that's been told countless times, but the most definitive version belonged to Disney Animation in 1950. So it only figured when you have a moneymaker so iconic that it's cemented in everybody's memory, you remake it 65 years later. To much surprise though, not only were there big names and astounding visuals, but it also got quite the critical backing too, with people praising it for being such a stylized update. But as always, which one is better? Which one feels the most engaging, clever, and all around magical? Now, of course, being of the nostalgic persuasion, I have a little bit of a leaning towards the old. If only I could wish for someone that had an opposite opinion of me. If only I could wish for someone that had an opposite opinion of me. If only I could— Where the hell are you?
Sorry, this thing is really hard to walk in.
Christ, even when I want you in a video, you can't get it right.
Hey, give me a chance. I have whimsical support on this one.
Yeah? Who? Double bonus! Ah, great. What whimsical support can you offer?
Hey, I can get in touch with my feminine side. Watch! Sparkles! Butterflies! Explosions!
No.
Oh, okay, no explosions, but, ponies? Ponies!
How are you two still a thing?
What can I say? I love a woman that writes fan fiction about me.
Oh, and we both held you hostage that one time, so we have that in common.
You did it better.
You did!
No, you did!
You did!
No, you did! You did!
Hyper, isn't Benny gonna feel weird that you have another outlet for mindless violence?
Oh, come on. He's a professional assassin. This kind of thing doesn't bother people like him.
It's nothing, Benny. Nothing. Just add her to the list.
Okay, are you gonna debate me on these Cinderella movies or not?
There is no debate. The new one is better. If for no other reason than the lead actress had to lose 2 ribs to fit into that dress.
But it's so sexist and bland.
The original is sexist and bland.
You just like it because there's more flashy sparkles to play your inner 5-year-old. You're a flaky, flailing, flashy-holic.
What did you call her?
Honey, I'm gonna do the crossover. Why don't you go start a war with a random country?
Oh, I get to use my random war generator! Jamaica it is!
So, Hyper, are you ready to be proven wrong once again?
The day you start being right.
Let's do Cinderella Old vs. New. Sometimes a prince leaves no impact on you whatsoever.
Dude, too soon.
I was talking about the royal position.
And I'm not.
He's the arm candy of our main character's dream. Let's take a look at Best Prince. While a lot of people give flack to some Disney princesses for not having enough character, people forget the princes often weren't even given time to have character. Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and yes, Cinderella all have princes with only a handful of lines.
And where the one from Sleeping Beauty fought a dragon and the one from Snow White saved her from death, this one yawns.
Okay, look, it was a different time. A time when
Yawning was an attractive trait?
I don't think you're taking into account how sexy that yawn was.
Heck, his father gets more screen time than this. So does his servant, for that matter.
Yes, but through them we're discovering the prince's character. And they're also relaying the chemistry between our 2 romantic leads.
You got nothing.
I got nothing.
Now with the remake, not only is the prince given a lot more on-screen time, but there's also a lot more time to develop their chemistry. Cinderella and him meet before the ball, and they have time to talk like normal people and build an appreciation of each other. Even during the ball, they talk and share experiences that help them build a stronger connection. She doesn't just see him and declare, "This is love," like in the original.
I wouldn't know anybody who did that.
I've moved on, critic. I found a more sensible love.
Hey babe, it turns out it's easy to Star War with this place. You just tell them that Cool Runnings is a 100% true story.
Bring me back a Rasta hat, smoochums.
Will do. Ah!
Okay, so maybe this prince has more charm, more personality, more screen time, more chemistry, and pretty much more of a connection with everybody he comes in contact with. But there is one thing that prince does not have. A shit ton of eyeliner.
Dude, again, too soon.
Just take the point.
After you give him an apology. He's waiting.
Disney has always created the greatest villains. And what's scarier than a middle-aged woman who's obsessed with housework?
Virtually anything.
This is Best Villain. This one is rough because it really is like comparing apples to oranges.
Well, to Snow White, that's an easy choice.
The original is said by many to be one of the greatest Disney villains ever, with her style, grace, and love of all the villainous things that she does. The only downside is it's only explained in narration why she doesn't like Cinderella. Because of this, it's a little harder to identify with her motivation.
In the new film, we see how her bitterness is born. She hears her husband confess that he preferred the first wife more, which makes her angry towards his offspring all the more understandable. We also see her slowly lure Cinderella into the role as servant, showing how patient and manipulative she can be.
The downside to that is it may make her too human by comparison. Which one is more frightening? The one whose motivations are made totally clear, or the one shrouded in mystery you're supposed to have no sorrow for? The original is so slimy and hateful, there's virtually no good in her at all. While the new one is so fragile and relatable that you can see the tragedy play out in every mean-spirited move that she makes. The original acts like someone who's in control, while the remake acts like someone who wants to be in control.
I guess it's kind of like comparing Zuko with Frollo. Boy, one of them needs a breakfast cereal. One is sympathetic while the other is pure evil, both still coming off as complex and interesting. So how do we really judge which one is best?
Well, I guess whichever one scares us the most is the most intimidating.
Well, I guess that speech that the new one made in the dark is creepy in its own right. But the new one has the mind of a sociopath, which is very psychologically terrifying. But the new one has a more developed past, allowing her to... Okay, she wins! God, that look is scary.
Some people just can't handle a good old-fashioned death glare.
Ah! You whore!
Remember, I can point just as hard as you.
Yeah, we seem to have unbelievable power with this, don't we?
Wow! Never forget.
Hey, Hyper, by any chance are you of Indian descent?
No, why?